I'm here. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Shop on TV. Yes, on ITV1, on STV, and we're also on Freeview 89. My name is down the bottom. I can't quite read. It's down there. Rob Locke, with it. And welcome. We are in the garden, sort of. Look, we've got trellis. You see, we've gone all out with the trellis. Over here we have a lovely sakura, I believe. Is this? It's a pink Japanese cherry blossom. I'm not convinced it's real, given that it's solar powered. But also, you may have noticed, ladies and gentlemen, that we have this amazing rattan-style furniture. This is called the Paris, and you get the whole set. So you get 2 of the armchairs, and you also get the, in America they call a 2-seater sofa a love seat. And I'll be putting that to the test later in the show. No, apparently I won't be. We've also, you get the table as well, the, dare I say, call it the coffee table, the beverage, the food table, the whole lot for $8.99. And whether it's indoor or outdoor use, great for the conservatory. I'll tell you all about delivery and everything else, but basically it's 2-person delivery. Essentially, once you've placed your order, you need to provide a mobile number, and the courier will actually contact you and they will arrange a time and a day for delivery, and as long as somebody is in, then your furniture will be delivered to the room of your choosing. So that's all really good, and all of that for $19.95. I think the P&P is extremely good. So that's coming up. We've actually got loads of other great garden items. You can always check out shopontv.co.uk. Here it is. Look at this baby. And if you scroll down, first of all, there's a little box there. If you want to send us a message, you can. We can't answer the messages that come through there, but we will happily put them up on the screen or read them out. If you want to send us a message that does require apply, or even a reply, I guess reply is when you ply more than once, then please just email studio@shopontv.co.uk. So look, we've got the paint blast coming up in a minute. This is going to make painting an absolute breeze. We've got water features, we've got solar lights, we've got hanging lights, we've got hanging baskets, we've got expanding hoses, we've got the Bullseye Pro cordless tire inflator, which is amazing. And we've got so very, very much more. So let's get into it, shall we? And listen, we're live, ladies and gentlemen. We are live. We'll say it on the screen, I think, in a minute. And you are, let me try that again. You are part of the show. We want you to be part of the show, so do be interactive. Come join us. Come say hi. Drop us a message. If you want to shout out happy birthday, well wishes, jokes, even if it's not your birthday, I'll wish you a birthday for whenever it is. A happy birthday. So it's Martha's birthday on the 8th of September. 18th of September. Happy birthday to Martha, our producer. Now, let's start off with the paint sprayer. This is the Paint Blast. This is an electric paint sprayer. It's actually what is called an HVLP sprayer, which stands for high volume, low pressure. And what that does is it's a large amount of air, but at low pressure, that gives you an incredibly even covering. So you've got a 600 watt HVLP motor, and you get basically very, very good coverage with very, very little overspray, so it's accurate. It also means you can work very quickly. Because of the strength and the quality of the motor, you can do an entire room, it depends on the size of the room, of course, but in less than 2 hours. It really is very, very good. You can use water-based paints, oil-based paints, varnish, enamels, sealers and more. There are no spills, no splatters, no brushes that are going to sit in turpentine for weeks and be all hard and yucky. You can do all different kinds of surfaces like wood, metal, wall, ceramic, bricks, concrete, plastics, and much more. And also you can do big projects as well as small projects. So you get your paint hopper. You can see the paints going in now. The paints do need to be slightly diluted, but don't worry, fear not, said he, for mighty dread, because you do get a special delivery system that will allow you to dilute all of the, it's called a viscosity funnel or a viscometer, and that will allow you to accurately dilute the paints or the whatever it is, the creosotes and things like that to the right consistency so they can be sprayed. And you can do fencing, you can do big things like that. You can do for furniture, even small furniture, the inside of cupboards. I mean, basically anywhere you would paint with a brush, you can paint with the paint blaster. What a $59.99. Do you know, I was during the 90s, I remember launching on a different channel, one of the very, very first types of this sort of system. And they are so efficient, they're so quick, they're so easy. But more than anything else, when you paint with a brush, you tend to get brush marks. When you paint with a roller, you don't always get very good coverage. Like, for example, if you're going over an Artex or you're going over some kind of textured surface like a brick, then it's very, very hard to get good coverage. Whereas with this, it'll get into all the nooks and crannies. It's even painting, even coating, and it's even drying as well. And it's very, very easy to clean afterwards. So it always round, it's an absolute winner. And for 60 quid, I'm surprised there is not a 1 in front of that 5999, seriously. So actually, last week, I think it was, last weekend, we sent Sean and Hayley out into our garden with Charlie Hopkins, and they are going to show you just how good this really is. Take a look.
Now, you can use pretty much any type of paint in this, as long as it's a smooth paint. So it could be fence paint, decking paint, which you're going to be doing in a moment. It could be oil-based paint, water-based paint, varnishes, lacquers, enamels. It keeps on going.
Great.
Yes, you can use this indoors, you can use this outdoors. So from your walls to your ceilings, to your architrave, to your skirting boards, to your doors, you can use it pretty much anywhere around the home, guys.
And it's so nice to refresh your home. It's like perhaps you've been thinking about moving and you just can't afford to do it. If you actually just decorate,
yeah, just bring it back.
It feels new and fresh again.
Now, we're going to step out the way so Charlie can get painting, because it is really important, obviously, to use your protective equipment like your face mask and your goggles there. But when Charlie gets painting, just watch the ease of use when it comes to this fabulous Paint Blast 4x4. It really is that professional finish.
Honestly, you always get professional finish on. So professionals, DIYers, absolutely anyone can use this. It's perfect. So all you need to do, it's very lightweight. I've loaded this full of fence paint right there. All you need to do, hold it about 20 centimetres from the surface and just keep it moving, okay? Turn it on at the top there.
And it really is as simple as this. And you can see we're going up and down at the moment, but you can go side to side. You can actually do as well, and we'll show you decking, you can do ceilings. It doesn't matter what angle this is at, you're getting this
That's really clever,
very clever sort of atomized spray that actually then allows you in one pass to get that perfect finish.
Perfect coverage. And again, if you go back to the other ways you've painted fences in the past, this makes it so much easier. We're not talking about hours, we're talking about minutes for a fence panel.
To do fence panels previously, it's probably taken you days. You've probably stretched it over weeks to actually get them finished, whereas you can actually get this done, you know, very easily over a weekend without any messy brushes, without any awful rollers, without a hassle. Allowing you to get as well, I think, which is really important, that professional finish, because these items that we spray paint look like you bought them like this.
It's like a factory finish, isn't it? Like we were saying, that factory finish, that perfect end to your fence panel that you can see there. It's up to you how many coats you want to do, but we're talking about under a minute there for that fence panel that we've seen.
Do you know, I remember, we're back live, by the way, hi. I remember I had a house in Orlando, and it had fence like that went all the way around, quite a sizable garden, actually it was. And I remember my father in basically the throes of the Orlando or the Floridian summer, outside creosoting this fence with a brush. And it took him about a week to go around the whole fencing. You could do that with the paint blast, you could do that in an afternoon. I mean, for under a minute to do one panel of fencing. But things like if you've got garden furniture that's seen better days, you can paint over it. And even if it's plastic or metal, it doesn't matter, because if you've got the right paint, the only paints that you can't put through this are those sort of, I don't know how you describe them really, like a masonry paint that's got bits in it, any textures that's in it. But if it's straightforward paints or varnishes or creosotes or anything like that, If it's a paint, if it's a liquid, this will spray it. So you can buy metal paints quite happily, put those through that. You can buy paints that will adhere to plastic furniture. Maybe you've got old children's toys that need a good spray. It's really, really flying out the door. I'm not surprised. Brand new today. We've never had this on the air before. It's handheld. You can spread the cost with PayPal over 3 months interest free if you want to when you check out now. But make sure you check out fast because we don't have oodles and oodles of stock. But you can use it indoors as well as outdoors. Hello there. You can also... You can also... I felt like I was on The View or something. Not The View. What was that? I can't remember what show it was. Anyway, thank you. It's the floor just going like, get on with it, Rob. We think this is going to sell out tonight. I'm not surprised. It's really lightweight. It's really easy to use. If you are a crafter, it's great for you as well. Indoor or outdoors. Detailed work or great big large, you can adjust the nozzle spray so you can do very wide or you can do very narrow and very precise. One of the worst things to do is decking. It's an absolute nightmare. Well, at least it used to be, but now for a mere 60 quid, which is probably what you'd pay an hour for someone to come around and do your deck for you, you can use the Paint Blast and you'll get results like these.
Decking is a vast area that you really do need to look after.
Now, we had our decking done, didn't we? Yeah. We got someone to come and do it. It took him weeks to do it and it cost an absolute fortune. The fact that you can do it yourself so easy with a machine like this, and any direction, Charlie.
Absolutely right. You can use it facing upside down, so for your floors, your decking, and you can actually use it upside down for your ceilings inside the house too. I'll show you how that works. This is basically called, this is a tube, it's angled, so you can see it right there. A little bit of a tip for your home. If you are going to be facing down, turn it facing forward, because obviously the gravity is going to pull the paint to the bottom, so ensure you use all the paint inside.
Clever.
If you're using it upside down, twist it that way.
Clever. So it's in the right place.
Great.
It's really clever how they do it. And like I said, all you need to do, hold it about 20 centimetres from the surface and pull the trigger. Whilst we're here, actually, I might talk to you about this if that's all right. This dial here, this basically helps you control how much paint comes out, to put it really, really simply.
Right.
So if you want more paint, you wind it in, and that gives you more space to suppress the trigger, so more paint's going to come out. If you want less paint, wind it out and you get even less. But it depends what you're comfortable with. You go at the speed that you're comfortable with.
Yeah, and it is a case of trial and error when you first start using it, isn't it?
Absolutely right, but you get used to it.
Well, we got your dad one of these, didn't we? And he was like, it was very new to him, so he said it took me a fence.
Yeah, one panel to get used to it.
And then I've got it. And it is very much like that, isn't it? You play around with it for a bit and then it's easy.
Absolutely right, and do you know what? It's so much quicker, I find, than paintbrushes and rollers. But honestly, your paint can go so much further because you're using such a consistent layer. Quite often, you'll only need one coat. Right, shall I show you the deck?
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's a better result as well, as you'll see as we go through the show and show you all the different ways.
It's so important to do decking as well, to treat decking so it lasts. You don't want to keep replacing decking, you want to look after it, don't you?
Yeah, you want it to look good, and that's what you're going to get here, that perfect finish every single time. I love what Charlie just said, actually, you're not wasting lots of paint.
No, you'll see here, really very much one pass over, and even goes into like the ridges, the non-slip grooves, without it being full of paint. When you put a paintbrush down, sometimes you can fill those areas, can't you? And all of a sudden, the proper look to the decking has gone.
It all builds up the paint, doesn't it, and fills the grooves. Not when you're using the paint sprayer. The Paint Blast that we've got for you, 594963 is the item number, and you can see how that addition to the actual decking, it's just brilliant, isn't it?
I mean, it can change the whole colour, so this could be gloss or lacquers or varnishes or stains, so whatever you want to do, perhaps you're treating, you could be using this as well, of course, inside with satin and eggshell, wood preserves you could be using on your decking as well, metal paints you can use, and we actually did my mum's metal table chairs,
cast iron,
and the end of a bench as well in a really nice green in a metal paint, which was fantastic. But the finish is phenomenal, and you can see as well that Charlie's got such control, and you really can control the amount of paint that comes out, so you can have more paint or less, sort of on the speed you're going. But you can go up or down, like when we were doing the fence, side to side, or we can actually go directly down, still with that same result, or directly up to do the ceiling.
That's fab, isn't it? So all your different surfaces, whether you go up, down, side to side, whether you're doing a roof surface or a floor surface, completely up to you. If you miss any bits, you can go back over. You can do more than one coat if you want to. It's just a great bit of kit where you get brilliant coverage in a matter of moments.
There's no spillages or drips, or it's a really professional finish, and just using the, very much like we're saying, the smallest amount of paint but going such a long way. That's really nice as well to see how you can get such a great result so quickly. But you could also see, oh, I need to put a bit more there.
Yeah.
You can do exactly that, but you have got no idea. Do you know how long that took you?
Go on, I didn't know.
Under 2
Less
minutes.
than 2 minutes.
So you can do, I think, 10 square metres in less than, what was it, Martha? For 10 square metres in just 5 minutes. 10 square metres in just 5 minutes. This is how it comes packaged. In fact, it's so light that 10% of the stock has already gone. It's so light, I actually asked the floor manager, is the paint blast in there? I thought it was just the box. But here it is. Let me show you around it so you can see. Let me go this side first. That it's basically something that you can use on all these different, or for all these different applications. So you've got metal, you've got wood. Do you know, I can't read it from that distance. You have to someone come a bit closer. Thank you. Small objects, uneven surfaces, cladding and walls, difficult spaces as well. Remember, you always wear your PPE. I was just saying to the crew while we were on that little video, I bet you that everyone's got a cupboard of leftover PPE from that time that that happened when that we don't talk about, right? What else can I show you on the box? It's really, really straightforward. Look at this. So you've got. This is your viscometer, or your viscosity funnel, that allows you to check that the consistency of the paint or creosote or varnish or whatever it is correct. We've got an LED light so you can see what you're doing. That's particularly useful if let's say you're spraying the inside of your kitchen cupboards or something like that. You've got your on-off switch, you've got an air filter as well. An intensity adjustment that Charlie was just showing you. Nice soft touch ergonomic handle, so it's really, really comfortable to use. And you've also got your multi-position regulator. 36 days until Father's Day. Not that I'm saying that this is specifically a man's product, of course, because everyone can use it. But it would make, I have to say, a really good Father's Day gift. If you're just moving into a new place. Tony, she just emailed in. Hi Tony, how you doing? She wants to know if I could come and spray whatever her surface is for her. You know, I know we've just met, Tony, but I think I'm confident in saying I'd spray your surfaces anytime. It really just depends on the coverage, you know, but no, there you go. Moving on. Well, also, we've got a happy birthday to Matt. Hi, Matt, who turned 18 on the 6th of May. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Maddie. Happy birthday to you. You want to hear I'll tell you what, Matt wants to hear my best clean joke. I'll tell you what. I'm going to tell you a dirty joke. Jack fell in the mud. I'll tell you a clean one. He had a bath. Paint spray, paint blast. It's really good. Especially on doors. Have a look at this.
So do a door, wall, I've got a bedside table to upcycle and a radiator cover, which are a nightmare. Should we get cracking?
No stopping you. You get going. Again, pop your mask on, and honestly, the results can be absolutely fantastic. Quick and easy, but that professional finish that we keep telling you about. So that door won't look like you've hand painted it. It'll look like that's how the doors came.
That's
a
like,
professional of the factory finish.
Yeah.
Exactly the right
and
word,
that's
yeah.
the difference you get, isn't it, with a machine like this? That coverage in that one passover that you see there, really uniform, dries really uniform
Hardly
as well.
any overspray as well. So a bit of masking tape around the door and you'll be able to just go for it, getting a great finish and allowing you to do things so quickly and so easy. So all of a sudden, decorating indoors isn't a big, massive job that you think I'm going to have to take a week off work. You get things done in a weekend. It's brilliant.
And we said indoors and outdoors. We did a fence panel a little bit earlier in the show in less than a minute. But you're seeing how quick you're getting into all those areas. You're not leave any drips, any brush marks, any bits of brush behind.
And the other thing is it's clean, it's safe to use inside as well. And it's got this high volume, low pressure, so minimal overspray. So obviously normally you'd be doing this inside. But for us here, studio-wise, easier for us to do all of this outside. But this would be in your home. This would be your walls, your ceiling. Don't even have to take the door off the hinges. You paint it in situ.
Yeah, and all those different types of paint that we talked about: gloss, lacquers, varnishes, stains, satin, eggshell, wood preservatives, metal paints we talked about, because you can go from one surface to another depending on the paint, remember.
Indoors, outdoors, it makes no odds, and of course you choose the paint that's right for the product you're painting onto, but it will virtually work with all of those paints like Sean said, so you can actually go along to your store, choose the colour that you like and revamp your whole home in just 2 minutes. That's one side of the door done and dusted, and it looks absolutely brilliant.
Now, Charlie's going to show us on the panel that we've got here, whether you want to do upright, whether you want to do side to side. It's so simple, so straightforward, whether you want to do stenciling, and Charlie's going to show us that precision now, isn't he?
Well, you can see here, first of all, if you're going up and down like we were doing on the actual door, you've got a setting for that, or you can alter that setting that allows you then to go left to right. So all depending what you're doing, it allows you to get that precision. But then there is a precision setting. So if you want to do something like stenciling, and you can actually alter how much paint comes out.
Yeah, that shows you behind the trigger there, it limits the amount of paint that comes through.
Complete control.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
So you can get the right amount of paint, so you can do precision things such as this, or great stenciling, which is a really nice idea. Perhaps you can see the light there as well that's just come on. If you are in sort of dark areas, pop that light on, allowing you to see into cupboards and things like that.
And then the fact that you've got the stencils, this is a great way to transform a room, isn't it?
I think kids' rooms, and perhaps
Look at that.
you've got a baby coming and you can stencil onto the rooms, can really personalise. And actually, there's a lot of nice sort of hallways and living rooms, the words you can put up, which are really nice.
Lots of scrolls and things, really meaningful sayings that you can decorate your rooms
and you can
with.
you can do it. This is for the complete beginner right through to a professional.
Now,
Hayley didn't look cold at all, did she, on that day? Ladies and gentlemen, did you see the precision with which the paint blast works? Really fine detail work or really broad mass coverage. I was thinking, because I remember when I was a teenager and my dad and my mum, a quarter of the stock is now gone. We think it's going to sell out tonight. And please check out your baskets if already you know you want it. We only start, well, if a quarter's gone, we've only got 3/4 left. And actually, a lot of those are in baskets. So as they check out, this could very well go in the next half an hour. We'll see. I mean, but it's looking like it will. Now, I remember, so my parents opened a shop in Burnt Oak Broadway, which is just down the road from Edgware in Middlesex. And they created a company called Brides and Grooms, which was in that area the first one-stop wedding shop. And my dad got me to paint by hand all of the doors, the exterior doors, the interior doors to the shop and everything else, of which there were several. And when when you've got that sort of detail work on a door, you've got to get the brush in there, and you've got to do it all in, you know, you've got to use a big brush for the big bits, and you cut in with a small brush for the small bits. But with this, it just went, I mean, it did everything at the same time. Didn't have to change anything, didn't have to add anything or take anything away. This is the busiest new product we have seen for a very long time. I apologise for being a little pushy. If you don't check out right now, it looks like you could miss this. I mean, we knew it was going to be successful. We haven't got a lot of stock for it being the first airing, but we will hopefully get some more back in. Should we do some emails? Let me. Are we putting them on the Martha? I can give you a sec if you need to put them on the iPad. Leanne, hi. How are you? Very, very nice to see you. She bought one of hers for her what? Oh, for her dad in Spain. Oh, very, very good. And also, happy 21st birthday to Dylan. Hi, Dylan. Tony, loved my response, apparently. Thank you. The really cheesiest joke I know is, why did the goat look over the wall? Because he couldn't see through it. Keith wants to know how easy it is to clean. Now, we've got a little clip of video coming up. The answer is it's very easy to clean, and that's the beauty of this. Oh, my God, I remember in my dad's getting it tonight, isn't he? In his old garage, the number of pots with turpentine with paintbrushes in them, and to clean out a paintbrush after you've painted, or a paint roller after you've painted, is, to be perfectly honest, a right pain in the backside, isn't it? You'll never have to do that again. You could do round, like banisters, if you needed to spray banisters. You can do walls. Do you remember wood chip? Do they still make wood chip wallpaper? Again, textured wallpaper. Artexes. If you've got pebble dashing on the outside of your house and you want to give it a lick of paint, you can't do that with a roller, and you certainly cannot do that easily with a paintbrush. You've got to use a spray. Do you know what? When I have maintenance done in my flat, we had a leaky pipe that basically the maintenance guys had to cut a hole in the wall and then fix the pipe and then put the plasterboard back on and fill it and sand it down. And then they used a paint sprayer in order to get the spray. I mean, like, you go into modern flats and modern houses, it's all done by a paint sprayer. This is 60 quid. Now, can I just tell you something that I think is important to know? You know, they say you get what you pay for. Well, every now and then a product comes along, and we get them on Shop on TV frequently, that actually exceeds your expectations. It does so much more than what you've paid for. I mean, I'm really telling you, for 60 quid, please understand that this is pulling the weight of a much, much more expensive machine. We've got 120 people in the last 5 minutes have picked up theirs. We are running out of stock. I mean that genuinely. I mean that honestly. And everyone wants to know how easy it is to clean. It's really difficult, this. So yeah, I mean, look, you've got to do a bit of unscrewing. There you go. Pull out the nozzle. Take off the. Well, I suppose that's the nozzle, really. The other one would be your feeder pipe, wouldn't it? Let's be honest. And now, obviously, if this is oil-based paint, then you would use a turpentine or a white spirit. And obviously, you wouldn't tip it down, you drain in the sink. This is water-based, so no problem at all. If you are, and we speeded it up slightly. Charlie's not that quick. Although on a good day, I've heard he can go like the clappers. Sorry, that didn't come out right. Now, obviously, if you are using paints and things that are oil-based, you would dilute them with a turpentine or a special, a type of white spirit kind of thing. All those instructions are included. All the guides on how to dilute and the viscosity funnel. And basically, when you fill it up with water and you've given everything a rinse, you just spray it until it runs clear. God, that's hard, isn't it? I mean, that could take you minutes. I mean, they're minutes of your life you're just never going to get back, you know. Oh, when everybody checks out, half the stock left. We've only been on the air for 28, 29 minutes. It's going to sell out, folks. So look, can I state the obvious here? When you add this to your basket online, you need to click in the top right corner. It says basket. Click your basket. It'll take you to the checkout. Should we show you? Look, not everyone's internet savvy, but top of the thing, all you got to do from the homepage, scroll up to the very top, click on your basket, see, like that, and then click checkout, securely. We accept all of the major credit cards, Google Pay, Apple Pay if you're doing it on your phone. You can log in. Hey, look, you don't even have to log in and sign up for an account, even though it's free. You can check out as a guest as well if you want to. But if you do create an account, all you need is your name, address, telephone number. You can add payment details so they're ready to go. And also, if you want to, you've got an address book. So now you see add new address. Oh, Martha, can you click add new address? So you can have an address. So you see, you can put the name of the person you're delivering to, the address, and the phone number. So it's a personalised address. And you can add as many addresses as you want. So you can have this delivered anywhere in the UK that you wish. And if it's available delivery to the Islands and Highlands, you can do that too. There are all the payment methods. You can use PayPal as a payment method, or if you want to use Pay in 3, when you select PayPal as a payment method, it will take you to PayPal's website anyway, and you have to log in or create an account there. And if you want to spread the cost, you just select Pay Later, and it will then take you through a few steps to be approved for that. And as soon as it all goes through, the order will be on its way. And 3 to 5 business days, and it's usually less than that. We quote 3 to 5 just, to be safe. It'll be with you. You'll be painting. This is the time people are going to be painting and decorating. This is the time you're sprucing up the garden furniture, ready for those weeks of heat in the summer, all 2 of them. And maybe maybe you've got a baby coming. You're getting things ready in the nursery. You're decorating a nursery. Maybe it is the time that you are redecorating your house, outside and in. Maybe you've got a fence that needs creosoting or protecting or varnishing or something like that. Use this. It's going to save you oodles of time. It's kind of fun to use. And it's really easy. It's lightweight. You don't need a lot of strength, even with the paint or the liquid, whatever it is you're using in it. It's flying out the door. It's absolutely flying. We got a really good... So apparently I've started a bit of a trend with my excellent jokes. So 2 very good jokes, apparently. Alfie said, "What did the sprayer say to the wall? I've got you covered." Bravo. That's a good one. John said, "Yeah, venison's dear, innit?" That's excellent. That's so good. Please send more. Send more. We want your jokes, as many jokes as possible. If you send rude ones, we just won't be able to read them out, but I'll probably have a sneaky look later. Do you know what a good joke reminds me of? It reminds me of garden furniture. Now, let me just think. Nah.
So we've got some wooden furniture here, which has seen better days.
Yeah.
I've given it a clean.
A little
bit tired. I've given it a quick sand. So we've got a little bistro set to do, chair down there. We've got a little picket fence, and just in front there, we've got a terracotta pot. So yes, as long as you're using the correct paint, of course, you can paint wood, plastic, metal, painted surfaces, plasterboard. You can use it for primers, undercoats, varnishes, again, for furniture, as we've seen. Fence paint, decking paint, all sorts really.
I think once you use something like this, you'll be looking for things to paint because it makes the job so much easier.
You get all your outside furniture matching, perhaps you've got a mishmash at the minute, and you would think about throwing out and buying new, but it's pretty, it's shouldn't we, let's get repainted.
You can get it all uniformed, can't you? Or liquor paint.
And like you say, even with your pots and things too.
Yeah, you absolutely could. I'm going for a bright colour because people are going quite bright and bold in the garden.
Yeah, they are now.
So we've got a blue loaded up in here. This is an all-round garden paint for a multitude of surfaces. So we're going to start off with this table.
We'll leave you to it then.
Yeah, on you go, on you go.
So remember, always put your mask on when you are spray painting, but you remember as well that you do get very little overspray with this system because it's been so cleverly designed. I think that's going to look amazing in a blue, and that's a nice thing. You get everything matching. I've got lots of really nice blue pots and things.
I love the fact that you can go from side to side, you can go up and down. It's indoors or outdoors, remember, and it's this simple. The coverage is so easy, so straightforward. If you do want to shop for this, it's a great time and a great price with PayPal Pay in 3 available. And remember, it's not just outdoors, it's indoors as well. If you want to bring things back to life, that's exactly what you can do here, whether it's doors, skirting boards, walls, window frames, furniture, fences and sheds. But remember, outdoor furniture such as this, really vibrant, really bold, bringing back pieces back to life. And even the areas that are really awkward to get to, inside the slats, the legs on the inside. Remember, this also has a light. Now, you've just seen Charlie change the angle middle there, because when you're going up and down, you have one way. When you're going side to side, you have the other. Not just indoors, like we say, if you're going to do things like interior doors, it might be things like walls and ceilings you want to use it for. It's about getting that perfect coverage every single time, and that perfect coverage that you can see it moving straight on now to the chair and tables, chairs. You're going to use it on so many,
and that's going to look so
things.
nice, isn't it? Perhaps you've got just a little courtyard garden, having that brightness. But of course you could go any colour. Perhaps it's a green that you're after. Perhaps you're going for a darker sort of wooden shade, or perhaps it is a varnish. It's amazing how many different paints and how many different jobs you'll be able to do so quickly and so easily with very little overspray, so not making a great deal of mess, but actually giving you a finish that looks like this is how you bought this bistro set. There's nothing worse than something looking like it's been repainted, but it's going to look new. It's going to look like you've bought new items for your garden.
I love the fact it's got this super strong motor in here, that high volume, low pressure motor for maximum coverage, as you can see in these demonstrations.
That's the other thing. If you're doing perhaps you're thinking about doing a whole room and you're painting walls and ceilings, you're going to be able to do it so quickly and so easily. But you've also got the actual position on the multi-spray. So if you are doing sort of more intricate items like we are here, again, very little overspray, brilliant finish. And we did watch one of our neighbours paint a fence like this for weeks on end, a taller fence for that sort of look. And again, the finish is just, that's how it was bought. It's not been repainted. That's that professional finish. But let's get a little bit closer.
That's it. It's
so
inspection time, Charlie.
We can really see. Great colour.
I love it. It's so bold, isn't it?
Brilliant.
And obviously, I'll do the back later on. I just want to show you a variety of demonstrations.
And it's just nice to see how quickly you can do it as well.
Yeah, and again, I mean, I would still be on the top bit here.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Because it's such a fine atomisation of paint, you can still see the grain of wood under it.
Yes.
It's beautiful. It looks like you bought it this colour.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's so nice as well to match things in the garden. Perhaps you've got quite a mishmash of bits and pieces, and to get everything into,
bring it all together,
it's really, and just refreshes everything again, doesn't it?
And we can go, Charlie, like you were saying, from one surface to another, so different types of surfaces.
Absolutely right.
As long as it's the right paint.
As long as it's the right paint, absolutely right. I've got a garden paint here. The one I've got loaded here is good for stones, ceramics, terracotta, wood. It could be metal as well, by the way. If you've got metal furniture, absolutely perfect.
We did Mum's wrought iron table and chairs, and she'd got a fence as well that got like sort of a wrought iron end, and we put it into a green, didn't we?
Yeah, all matched. Yeah, lovely.
It can just transform the look of a garden. And don't forget, indoors, outdoors, we've got lots more things to go through. Should we do the terracotta?
Yes,
let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Right. That's the great thing. Wherever you look and you think, oh, I fancy that a different colour, you have got the paint spraying system to do exactly that. Whether it's metal or wood or terracotta, and even uneven surfaces, there's a lot of detail on that pot. It won't ruin the detail.
No, and like you say, it doesn't overflood, it doesn't run out of the detailed areas, it just gives you that perfect finish. Look how quick it is as well.
And that's the great thing. If you are thinking about doing indoors and doing the walls, the ceilings, you know, a big room, you know you're going to be able to get a great finish really, really quickly. No brush marks, no bristles in the paint, there's no drips, and honestly, you wouldn't know that you hadn't bought that pot in that blue.
How many times have you bought blue pots and they're more expensive than the terracotta?
Absolutely.
You're transforming that pot in under a minute. So it might be old terracotta pots that you've got at home and you want to transform them. Like you said, you can match them all beautifully.
It just brings it all back to life.
Was there a hurricane on that day or something? Do you know, we'll re-record a lot of that because it just was the worst. It turned out to be the worst conditions. Not quite the sort of sunny day that we'd hoped it was going to be. But you get the point. But the sprayer handled it. Even with the wind blowing, it didn't blow the paint away from the surfaces. It covered the surfaces perfectly. Do you know what? I need to confess something, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, first of all, actually, I need to tell you, we've only got 30% of the stock left. It's getting close. I reckon by 2 o'clock, it will be gone. So may I recommend that when you decide you want this, check out 60 quid for crying out loud. It's 22 quid almost, just less per month. So your first instalment, if you're going to use PayPal Pay in 3, you've only got to spend £21 now, £21.98. And so the first instalment, and that includes your P&P as well, by the way, the total price on each of the instalments of the PayPal Pay in 3. What was I going to say? I have to confess, I have a problem with dribbling and dripping. I do, when I paint. Because, when you do a brush, and especially when you get into the detail work, it deposits too much paint. It's really hard to get it right, isn't it? And then before you know it, you've got a dribble that's gone down your door, and by the time you've noticed it, it's already dry. And then you try to go over it, and you've got the sort of like the crust on the edge of the drip. Do you know what I'm talking about, right? You've had a drip from time to time, haven't you? Of course you have. Good Lord, that's a thing of the past now. But also, you can't do doors and radiators and patio furniture. Now, also, the other thing right now, of course, what are we thinking about? What are we hoping and praying for? Barbecues in the summer. We're hoping that we can get one clear day, for the love of goodness, where we can go out into our garden or our patio or into the street, even if there's a gathering of people, to have a little bit of char-grilled meat and undercooked chicken. Yes, we all want to risk salmonella for a good time, if you're barbecue, maybe have you got a rusty barbecue? I bet you probably have. A lot of people, you go out and you go, oh dear, me barbecue's seen better days. This is the solution. Also, what's the one thing that is an absolute, well, actually there are many things that are absolute nightmares to paint. What about radiators? Now, you could technically do it on the wall. I suppose the easiest way would be to take it off. Obviously, you've got to mask any of the parts that you don't want painted, clearly. But that's what you can use it inside. You can do your window sills, you can do your window frames, just mask off the glass, obviously. It's so versatile and it's so precise. It can go from very precise to really nice, big, wide, vertical or horizontal stripes, where you can do up to 10 square meters in about 5 minutes. It's time saving. It's easy because it's easy to clean. That also saves you a ton of money. And it's not messy. There's none of that. When you paint and decorate, you just accept the fact that you're going to have paint on your face and in your hair and on your clothes for the next few weeks. And you're going to get some on the carpet and you're going to accidentally paint a bit that you didn't want to paint. It's just the way it goes. And you're going to get stripes or dribbles or paintbrush marks or rollers that you throw away and have to keep buying new ones. And you can only use rollers for flat surfaces. 15 quid on a roller set for a cheapo one these days, our Paul paid. But the fact is, if it's detail work, you need a paintbrush, and then it's all the problems, all the lack of fun of the fair. With this, it's easy. Do you know what I was just saying to the gang? The very first product I asked our buyer to see if she could get, because it's a product that I sold on the first shopping channel, and I loved it so much I couldn't wait to get it on Shop on TV. Paint sprayer. Now that particular brand is still on. Oh, I almost said the name. It's still on that channel. So we couldn't get that, but it's taken us a while, but we finally got this, and this, I tell you, for the price, is absolutely brilliant. At the end of the day, there might be more powerful ones, there might be bigger ones, but what does that mean? They're just heavier, they use more electricity, but do they paint any better? No, they might do larger surface areas in slightly better time, but this is the perfect balance, I think, of time versus convenience, versus consumption of power consumption, versus getting the job done quickly and easily, no mess and no fuss. Super duper. You must, ladies and gentlemen, you must be checking out very quickly because we're getting close to limited stock. Now, we've got some emails. Here we go. Taylor says, how much paint does it hold? I believe it's 800 mil. That's right. Do you know, I had to look, but I had it in my head and I couldn't recall it quickly enough. 800 mil, and that's going to go, so nearly a litre, or just under a litre, an eighth of a litre, some might say. Four-fifths of a litre. But it's going to last a while. But also, it's very easy to refill. It's very easy to dilute whatever the medium you're using is. It comes with a little thing they call a viscosity funnel or a viscometer, and all the instructions are included. I've got all the information here on this sheet, actually. It literally breaks it down by every single type of medium you may be using to spray, and it tells you explicit instructions. The instructions are really good on how to make sure that you get the perfect results with whatever it is, whether it's a varnish, whether it's a creosote, whether it's an oil-based paint, whether it is a water-based paint. We've got 20% left. Look, it's check out or miss out, I'm afraid. It's stock versus clock. A lot of you have got it in your baskets. It's 60 quid, to be honest, even if it didn't do a flipping brilliant job, which it does, by the way. I mean, 60 quid. Do you know what? I spent more than that on dinner for three. We went out, my son, our director Paul and I went out for some dinner tonight, and I thought, you know what? That's my treat. 65 quid. Now, I won't see that dinner again. Well, I might in the morning, but only briefly. But that's it. That's gone. This will be with you. This is something you'll get to use and use and use. Just watch out, because your friends and your neighbours will probably nick it. Now, it says, does it help the paint dry quicker than it would with a paintbrush? Love, Carol. Carol, absolutely. Yes, it will, because it's such an even coat. So it dries very, very evenly as well, because the trouble with a paintbrush is that you do get uneven coverage usually, particularly in the detailed areas. You can get build-ups of paint, you can get clumping, you can get uneven areas. And so, I mean, you've seen it. I remember when I used to paint with a paintbrush, some of it dries at one speed, and then you've always got those bits that are still tacky, particularly the dribble marks that you invariably seem to get. So yeah, really, really good. Adam in Sheffield says, hi team, can you wish Brooke a happy 21st birthday? Brooke! Rich? Come here. Closer. All I want is a room with a view. I know now they'll never let me out while I'm alive. Fly, 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 Clarice. I ate his kidneys with some fava beans and a nice Chianti. Closer, closer. Movie close-up, Rich. Go. God, this is taking away. Is that the end of the lens? Okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Brooke. Happy birthday to you. Not quite the climax I was expecting, but she's due to paint her not only is it her 21st birthday, Adam in Sheffield is actually due to paint her fence this week for her 21st. Now, what a perfect gift that is. Happy birthday, darling. Let me paint your fence. But I tell you, with that, you'll be down the pub in no time, both of you, celebrating. Obviously, drink sensibly. People say I have a drinking problem. I drink, I fall over. I don't see the problem. Just kidding. Don't drink and drive. You'll spill it. Drink responsibly, obviously. Taylor says, hello. Big fans of Shop Live. Can my partner Ross have a birthday shout out, please? Rich, crash in. Go on, crash. Crash in. Come on, crash into me. Oh, yeah, close. Oh, is that as close as you can go? Just checking the name. Ross. Happy birthday. I hope this birthday is the best gosh darn birthday you've ever had. May all your dreams and wishes and hopes and dreams come true in a single afternoon. May you have a chocolate birthday cake with a big dollop of chocolate on top that looks a little bit like a poo, and you're thinking, oh no, did the cat do its business on my cake? And then you realize it's just an extra dollop of chocolate. I wish you extra dollops of chocolate for the rest of the year and the rest of your life. Happy birthday. God bless. Check out, ladies and gentlemen. You've got to check out. If you don't check out, you're not going to get the product. After the next 3, I've turned for some reason into Heinz Wolf. You must look at the stars and do science, but also check out your baskets. And that will allow you to own the product. And when you get the product, you'll be able to spray with the paint and make the surfaces even and covered with the paint or the creosote or the varnish. And it will be lovely. And all your friends will say, my goodness, did you get a professional painter and decorator in? And you will say, no, I did it myself with the paint blast. And they will say, you're very smart. How much does this cost you? £900? And you will say, no, it's £900, they will say. No, not £900. £60. And they say British pounds or imaginary pounds, where £1 of imaginary pounds is the equivalent of 85 regular pounds. And you will say, no, 69, no, 59, and 99 of the regular British pounds. 21.98 times 3. If you use the PayPal, pay in 3. Here is Sean and Hayley.
But indoors, I think radiator covers can look so great.
Yeah.
But they can sometimes look so tired. Or sometimes I looked and I was like, oh, I can't get the colour that I want. Well, you can just get, you know, just a white and then transform it with a paint colour.
Yeah, and it brings it back to, I mean, you can be on trend with everything, can't you? Certain colours are on trend at different times, and this is one of those real trendy colours that you can transform in a couple of moments. That's the great thing about it.
It is. You're forever saving time, you're saving money, you're saving on paint as well, because you can see we're using so little paint. It's very much one pass over and the job is done. The secret is just to hold it around about 20 to 30 centimetres away from the item you're actually spray painting and keep moving. It's multi-surface, so whether you are using it on doors or walls or skirting boards or window frames, furniture inside and out, fences, like we did the stenciling, changing the kids' rooms, sheds or summer houses or decking, it makes no odds.
With detail like that, can you imagine with a brush, what a pain that would be. You'd have loads of drip marks, it will be running down the back. There's nothing running down the back. And there's so many things like this. When we did Mum's wrought iron chairs, they had a lot of sort of detail like that. But again, the finish was absolutely fabulous. Now you can see it's a very windy day out here with us at Shop on TV, but getting that great coverage, whether you're going side to side, whether you're going up and down, it really doesn't matter. You get that precision finish. That radiator cover, about a minute and a half, that 90 seconds.
I love that colour.
Nice colour, isn't it?
You know, just again changing the whole look of the hallway, and all you've done is painted the radiator cover. And again, you can chop and change that time and time again. Because I think our
it's not a big
taste
job, is
no,
it?
That's it. And you're not really spending a great deal of money. You're getting a pot of paint and the job is done. And then other odd bits, perhaps in the hallway, you could spray paint to match into that. So clever. And remember, all those paints, glosses or lacquers or varnishes or stains or satin or eggshell, absolutely fantastic.
So well, they froze. I thought I might as well. Might as well. Is that too many as wells? Ladies and gentlemen, my maths is disastrously bad, but I do know that there are 130 people trying to order the last 45. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is limited stock. What does that mean, limited stock? It means that the stock's limited. No, we issue the limited stock badge and moniker when there is less than 10% of the stock remaining. It's essentially a precursor. It is a warning. It is a heads up that the product is on the verge of selling out. The next, now it's 30 people left. That's it. If you don't check out now, I'm afraid you're out of luck, because when you put something in your basket, it's not reserved or held or put to one side. It's still, yes, you've expressed your interest, but those who pay get to play. Those who don't, won't. Because so basically, if you may come back to your basket at some point once it's sold out, and it will say this item is no longer available, and you'll go, oh damn, gosh, I say, bally heck, that's really terribly bad news. and you'll be disappointed. It'll ruin your day, frankly. So if you've really got your heart... Tonight's the night of accents, by the way. My friend and cohort and boss, actually, Jamie, I presume he's still watching, he loves when I do accents, and he gets me to go all around the world, he does. So, ladies and gentlemen, why don't you do me a favour? Drop me an email. What accent would you like me to present a little segment in? And if I can do it, and I can do it well, I will. And if not, I'll let you know. Just for a bit of play, bit of fun, really. Don't know why. This is literally about to sell out. Last call, please. Last few. Now, something that looks very similar, but does very, very different things, although they do blow air. They have that. This, you could call this the cousin to the Paint Blast, actually. They come from the same company, indeed. So this is the Bullseye Pro cordless tyre inflator. Believe it or not, but do believe it because it's true. And it's the same price, by the way. This will go up to 150 PSI. Now that, we're talking about a large tractor tyre. So this is a handheld, battery-operated device, and it will allow you to inflate your tyres quickly. But not only that, you can set the pressure. In fact, it has 4, I believe, different measures of pressure. So whether it's a tyre, whether it's an Hello, Jamie, how are you? Love you. And I don't think that'll get me a pay rise, but you got to try, haven't you? I don't need a pay rise. I'm earning more than enough money. I'm very content with the money that I earn. You know, I said if it's more than minimum wage, frankly I'm not interested, and he was very happy to comply. Now, where was I? Yes. So seriously, this is something you keep in the back of your car. If you have a flat or a tyre go, obviously it needs to be inflated. This is what you're going to use, but no going to the garage, trying to find a garage, which sometimes you don't have time if you have a flat tyre. And also, often you'll find that they charge for the air at the petrol stations. Often it's being used, and very often it's also broken and doesn't work at all. Then you've got the thing the hose you have to pull over your car, maybe you scratch your roof. Times I've almost ripped my aerial off the car, you know. And then also you never quite judge it right, do you? And then you have to move the car because you can't quite reach the front tyre, you know. But then also, you've got to gauge, because do you remember those, maybe they still have them, the gauges that would sort of cut, you could never really tell accurately what sort of pressure you were putting in your tyre. Actually, Paul, my director, paid £2 to inflate his £2? And it ran out, and he had to pay another £2 to do the 4th tyre. £2 for air? I'll give you air for less than that. I will. This is great. You can set the pressure and it will inflate to exactly that pressure. It's trigger operated. It will measure the pressure in, say, the tyre, and so it knows what the pressure is, and then it will inflate to the pressure you set it to. Or you can use it manually to inflate anything. It comes with 5 adapters, actually. You can't do beds and big swimming pools that have the big wide, pumps what's the word I'm looking for? Valves, that's the word I was looking for. But there are so many uses for this. It will do balls if you need to inflate your balls. Not a problem. 24 to 34 PSI. Now we've got our lovely Blue Peter garden, or Shop on TV garden. We like to send our guests out into our garden when it's freezing blooming cold, just to put them through their paces. Here's Mark Rise, and he's having a go with his tyre.
It's the nightmare scenario. You come out to your car first thing in the morning, you've got to take the kids to school, and you've got a flat, or at least it's much lower than it should be. Well, this is the answer to your prayers. This is your anytime, anywhere inflation station. It's the Bullseye Pro. So just remember, when your tyre's low, grab your Bullseye Pro. Now, I know my tyre goes up to 33 PSI. So just as you ordinarily would, you unscrew the little cap on your car valve, and you put the pressure hose in. Now listen to this. Can you hear, as you put it on, the air coming out? Don't worry about that. Simply lock it into position. Hold the power button for 2 seconds, and then it will tell you whether you want PSI or bar. Now I'm going to set this to 33 because I know my tyre should be 33. It just checks the pressure, and it's saying at the moment it's 21. So it's going to take a couple of minutes to actually inflate. Pull the trigger, and then I'm going to put it down, and I'm going to step away from the Bullseye Pro. Now, it's quite safe to do that, but if it's a chilly day, you might want to go inside and finish your cup of coffee before you take the kids to school. But you know, when you see a flat tyre and you think, oh no, what am I going to do? I've got no way of getting to the garage. I don't want to drive on a flat. And of course, the whole thing about driving on low pressure tyres is it's dangerous. It uses more fuel as well. The Anytime, Anywhere inflation station, the Bullseye Pro, allows you to be a mile away from work. It allows you to be on the motorway if you've got a flat. It allows you to do it anywhere you want. The brilliant thing about it is it does PSI. You can change the setting to bar because some people know what the bar pressure of their tyres is. It also does kilopascals and it does cubic meters. The brilliant thing about this is it does it all the way up. We're up to what? 28 now. It started at 21, so we're halfway to our maximum pressure that we want. And the nice thing about this is it's then safe to drive. I'm not doing anything to the Bullseye Pro, I'm just leaving it to be able to do it. It's a brilliant way of inflating anything. Now, what will most impress me about this is it will even do giant tyres on trucks. It'll do giant tyres on tractors. And when I say tractors, this will go up to 150 PSI. That is a big tyre. Now, obviously, on a standard family car, you're not going to have that kind of problem. But look, we're now up to 31, so it's nearly up to that point. And the brilliant thing is, I've not had to go anywhere near the tyre. I've been inside enjoying my coffee all the time, waiting for it to actually finish. It will automatically switch itself off. We've got one more PSI to go. So the nice thing about it is, it's easy, it's simple, it's lightweight, you can keep it in your car. It's your anytime, anywhere inflation station, and that's why the Bullseye Pro is so good. It's coming up to the end of it now, and look at this. It is, you can see that tyre is more, and there it is, it stops. More inflated, and all I'm going to do is just pop that off like so, and screw this back on. There we go, and now I'm ready. Come on, kids, it's time to get in the car, we're going to be late. So let me run round and I'll show you. Perfectly safe to drive on because we are at the correct pressure for our tyres. And look, here we go. Right. See you later.
I still haven't worked out where he was off to. I mean, he wasn't doing the school run. I mean, the garden, it's quite big, but I'm sure he just went round the corner, past the camera and stopped. So, or am I breaking the TV illusion for you? I don't know. The paint blast is nearly sold out. We've got literally a handful left. It's on the bottom side of the screen. The next 15 people will get it. There are 90 of you with it in baskets. So I do, and I, you know, 15 in TV terms is like, it will just vanish. So I can't give you any more fair warning. When you know you want it, when you've decided, yeah, I'm going to buy the paint blast right now or in the next few moments, and you decide you're going to check out, and we don't know when we're going to get it back in stock, I have to say we will obviously do our best because it's what a bit of kit. But $59.99, and that's also the price for the tyre inflator. I think from a peace of mind perspective, having this in the back of your car, particularly if you're someone that feels vulnerable or are vulnerable, the other great thing about it is that if it's piddling down with rain or it's freezing cold outside, I know we're getting into the summer, but still, or you're on the side of a motorway and you don't want to be standing in the hard shoulder, if there is a hard shoulder these days, what do you do on those motorways when there's no hard shoulder? Then this, you can literally plug it in, set it, start it, and walk away. You can be sitting in your car, staying nice and dry. Power and flexibility in one. Forget those extra long extension cords. In fact, Don said, can you do a segment in a Scottish accent, please? Now, the thing is, I'm going to ask permission from our STV audience because now, I should say, because we don't generally do Scottish accents because we want to be respectful to our Scottish viewers. Although I will say, I do have Scottish blood. I don't know how much, and I love Scotland and would love to live there, actually. If STV would happily employ me, I'll move there and move to... I can't say Edinburgh or Glasgow, because I made the mistake of saying to Ray Kennedy last night, I'd love to live in Edinburgh, and he's a Glasgow lad, and he said, well, if you want to live, you'll move to Glasgow. So I always say midway between Glasgow and Edinburgh, although it's only about half an hour on train, isn't it, between the two? So I do this out of respect and love and due deference to all of our Scottish viewers, and also have a good laugh while I butcher the Scottish accent. Here we go. The features: power and flexibility in one. Forget those extra long extension cords and inflate wherever you are. The power of an air compressor in the palm of your hand. Inflate all 4 tyres of your car effortlessly. Fits in almost any compartment. Powerful. Go from 24 to 34 psi in 2 minutes. I think there were parts of it that were acceptable. Martha just said, I've got some reviews. I'm like, on the accent already? It wasn't that bad, was it? Here are some real reviews from real customers, verified customers who bought the Bullseye Tyre Inflator. So easy and really strong charge. I was sceptical when my husband got me this. As always, I panic putting air in at the petrol station. But it's so easy to use and the charge lasts a long time, so I don't have to worry about that. Would recommend. 5 stars, by the way, from Emma. John said quite succinctly that my wife bought this for me and I don't know how I managed without it. Great product, 5 stars also. And then we have War and Peace by Tolstoy. No, sorry, it's Liam. Geez Louise. Absolute game changer for tyre maintenance. I've been putting off getting a tyre inflator, relying on dodgy petrol station machines. Finally got the Bullseye Pro. Brilliant convenience. Set the pressure, press a button, and it stops automatically. Is it Alan Wicker? Am I becoming Alan Wicker? Is that the guy? The rechargeable battery means no cables, and it's lightweight and compact. The digital display is clear. The LED light is handy, and it's fast. 24 to 34 psi in minutes. No more guessing tyre pressure. And that, apparently, Liam, sorry, that Alan Wicker was from Richmond. He grew up in Richmond. I used to live in Kew, actually. And now that my son doesn't go to the Brit School anymore, and I don't have to live in Croydon, although Croydon has changed a lot and it's not terrible, but I miss Kew and I miss Richmond, and I'm trying to move back there ASAP. My son's sitting over there when what I just said, agreeing with everything. Shall we see? Do you know what? Mark is one of these people. He's lovely. Mark Rise. He's lovely. But every now and then you just got to tell him, on your bike, mate.
I really fancied a bike ride, but I haven't actually taken my bike out of the garage for about 3 months. You know what it's like. And so I've got to check the tyres before I take it safely onto the road. And look, it's pretty soft there at the moment. I know that this tyre should be about 30 psi. So I'm going to grab my Bullseye Pro, the Anytime Anywhere inflation station, and I'm just going to attach it onto the valve like so, and then lock it into position there just by pushing that down. Like so. I'm going to switch it on by pushing the button for 2 seconds. The little LED lights come on, so even if it's a poor light day, you can still see what you're doing. And I'm going to set the PSI to 30 PSI, and it just measures what's in the tyre at the moment. And then I'm going to hit the button and just allow it to start inflating. Now the thing is, I can set it there and I can walk away. So it just does its thing, and I'll just wait while it inflates my tyre. Now think, the alternative would be me doing this. It's really exhausting when you try and plump up a tyre by itself, even if you got one of the ones that do this. Exhausting. Look, it's done. It's now at 30 psi. I simply pop that off like so, and then switch off my Bullseye, and I'm ready to go. Right, come on, bike.
When it came to naming his bike, he just couldn't think of anything, so he just called it Bike. Do you know what? I'm struggling because I'm really, really relaxed. My bottom hasn't been this happy for a long time. Now, ladies and gentlemen, do you know why my bottom is so happy? Because I have transported it to Gay Paris. And yes, this is the Paris wicker effect garden furniture, I suppose one would describe it as, set. It's really, 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 really comfortable. The cushions are superb. Now, quite often when you have garden furniture, the cushions are not very substantial, are they? And you kind of end up with a bit of a sore bottom cushion. But this is, honestly, I'm struggling to stay awake. This, apart from the fact it's a wonderful, I would describe it as graphite grey. It's actually slate grey is the technical name for it. It's very, very, very comfortable. It's nice and wide if you are a larger chap or chapess, or a chap like me or chapess like me but female. It's perfect, but it's also, it feels very sturdy. I mean, I'm at the moment, although I've lost 3 stone, but I'm still a good sort of 21, 22 stone, and it's holding my weight, no problems whatsoever. It comes with these big, big supportive cushions on the back as well, which are nice and squashy. They're all weatherproof as well. In fact, shall we show them? Dave, do you want to do a little spritz? Oh, we haven't got the spritz. Oh, I thought it was over there behind you. That's not it? Okay, we'll spritz later. But if it does, if you do, you can put them outside, and if they do get wet, it's not a problem. Shower-proof. Easy to wipe down, easy to clean, and again they are this very strong, very durable wicker effect. Now, although I love wicker and I've had wicker furniture in the past, but it does over time occasionally present a problem because it can become a little pricky. You know what I mean? Little bits that pop up and you stab yourself from time to time. And splinter inducing. That's excellent. Martha just gave me that, our producer. Whereas this you're not going to have any of those problems. It's also super easy to clean as well. I mean, literally, if you've got a pressure washer or something like that, and it's been out in the garden for a while, I think, to be honest, if you're leaving it out all throughout the winter, I'd probably cover it. But if you've got I wouldn't use like a really powerful pressure washer on it. If you've got like a low pressure setting on your pressure washer, or a hose, actually, you know what? We've got garden hoses on the website at the moment, and you could, it's got a nozzle on it that's got a spray nozzle. It'd be really easy to keep this clean, and what I love about it with wood ultimately is obviously it's susceptible to the elements. It is something that can and will ultimately degrade over time. Now, obviously, I'm saying obviously a lot. I don't know why. It's been one of those days. Sorry, I do apologise. My brain's not quite in the right place at the moment. But what you can do with the paint blast, if you were lucky enough to get it, if you do have wicker furniture, you can use that to spray it. But this too, if you did decide to change its colour, there's absolutely nothing stopping you using an appropriate paint that will cover this material. And you could spray a different colour if you wanted to. But I love it. I think what a really stylish look with the sweep on the arms. And by the way, you get it all. Everything you see here, you get the 2-seater, you get the individual seats as well, all the cushions, and also the table, which is a glass top table, as you can see. And it's big, it's safety glass, obviously. You get the whole lot, not for £9.99. We've actually taken £100 off. It's £8.99. But also, and by the way, you can use this indoors and outdoors. You can use it in your conservatory if you have one, certainly on the patio. And there it is. If I was from New Zealand, then here it is on the decking. And it's lovely stuff. It really is. It's super comfortable. I've never really sat on garden furniture this comfortable. This is outdoor furniture with the comfort of indoor furniture, although of course you can use it indoors, as I say, in your conservatory and such. Oh, there's the money shot right there. I wish that was my place. Good Lord. I want one of those outdoor barbecues. We've got coming up in the near future, actually, an outdoor griddle, and we've got an outdoor barbecue, which is really good. Now, let me tell you just a little bit about delivery. I'm really amazed here that it's only $19.95. Now, what's going to happen is that when you place your order, you have to provide a telephone number, preferably a mobile, okay? Because the delivery company has to get in touch with you. So they will call you and they will organise a time and a date to deliver your furniture. Now, obviously, you have to be home at the time that they deliver and on the allotted time on the allotted date at the allotted time. Your furniture will be delivered. It will be 2 people, and they will put it basically in any room or the garden or wherever you want it. You tell them where they want it. You want it. They will put it there for you. And that's it. It really is as simple as that. You can take the packaging off and you can start enjoying your summer and your comfort outside. These are stylish. The colour, the design, the finish, the quality is absolutely brilliant. I mean, I, on a previous channel, did present some wicker furniture, some rattan furniture, and it was decent, but it wasn't this quality. This really is. It's from Royal Craft, and I mean it's top of the range stuff basically. So and look, also we can spread the cost, or you can spread the cost interest free, 3 months. So it's 306.32 times 3. So you can spread the budget if you want to, and to be honest, I think that's a sterling good price. I really, really do. For 5 pieces of furniture, I mean, if you break it down, what's 900 divided by, what is it, 100 no, it's, well, my maths is terrible. What is 900 divided by 5, please? 899, 179.80 per. Now, if you bought a 2-seater like this for 180 quid, that would be considered a budget price, really, wouldn't it? Now, I apologise to Jamie for doing calculations on the air. I know, I didn't. I just thought of that. And I hate it. I mean, I am numerically dyslexic, I have to say. 2 plus 2 is definitely 17. But what I do know is I like to think I have good taste. I certainly know quality. And I can tell you with absolutely no fear of contradiction, this is very, 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 very good quality. It's really nice. Great. Let me look at this. Great support. See? No worries at all about it being sturdy. It's actually a sturdy aluminium frame inside. So it's lightweight and easy to move around, but it's still very, very strong. It's aluminum, man. Now, do you know, for years in America, I wondered, why do they say aluminum when we say aluminium? And I realised they actually took the extra I out, because Mr. Webster decided to take all the English words and respell them. Yeah, they had someone's eye out, they did. Martha, have we got any more emails? Should I check my iPad? Let's put one on there, shall we? Here we go. Oh, and it's about California. First-time viewer, you are a delight. Oh, thank you. This is from Matt and Katie. I'm from the United States, California. Married a Brit and have been here for 9 years. I would love for you to do your best, Cali surfer dude. Cowabunga, man. Love to the family, Matt and Katie. Oh yeah, it's like, come on, let's surfs up, baby. Let us enjoy a tubular time. I was, because I lived in LA for 10 years. I don't know if I ever mentioned I lived in America. I'm an American citizen. That's not something that I suppose we should shout about right now. But yeah, so just over 15 years I lived in the States, and I came back here in 2018. So I'm very familiar with the LA accent, and also the Valley Girl. Oh my God. and also the vocal fry. Everybody talks like this, why? Would you like a water feature? We've got some lovely water features. Do you know what? I'll well rate these. I do. Now, of course, we can go to the other coast. Now, New York is an interesting place. And I can tell you the Garden Wise Solar Rock water feature with battery, it would be very, very popular in Manhattan, particularly on balconies. Now, all of these water features are solar powered, and the solar panel, which comes with them all, actually charges an internal battery. So even during the evening, when there is no sunlight, they will continue working. This one actually has a little light in it as well. It's a lovely light. Now, you could, if you wanted to, you could even put a little food dye into the water, and you can, sorry, my producer Martha. Gosh, she's like a London bus. You wait for ages, then 3 come at once with the jokes. I mean, she just said, imagine the birds feeds, you know, they'd sit having a little drink. And she mentioned blue tits and great tits, you know, and all other kinds of birds that would enjoy a nice little sup at the well that you provided for them. But you know what, for me, it's all about relaxation. I mean, look, I work 14 hours a day. There are lots of different type. There are crested tits and marsh tits and cold tits, willow tits, tufted titmouse. But did I mention the marsh tit? There are quite a few. The Eurasian tit, my favourite. I mean, who knew there were so many? Yeah, of that type of bird. Although the mouse is probably a mouse. But no, the water features are made of resin, and they are hand-painted resin. They are really, really, really good. They're substantial. And all you've got to do is put the solar panel somewhere that it can see light. So if it could be on a balcony, it could be even indoors if you really wanted it to be. But also out in the garden, of course, out in the yard, out on the patio. And this is, I like to think, this is your Flintstone, this is like your Flintstone sports water feature, because it reminds me of like if the Flintstones had a football or, you know, a tennis ball, a baseball and a football. And I like the sound. It's like the white noise, to sit and relax and hear the sound. When I lived in Florida, I used to at night, if there was nothing on the telly, during a hurricane season, you'd get lightning storms that were just spectacular. And I used to sit and watch the lightning, and also where I lived, which was in Tampa, and there's quite marshy around there, and you'd hear the frogs or the toads, calling out and their mating calls. And it's a strange old noise, but I don't know, I found it really, really relaxing. Now, I just want to say, how many of these we got left? 6, 7? Oh, there are 10. There are 10 of these. I don't know why the other 90 people, it's more than 90 now actually, haven't checked out. Sorry, no, excuse me. For update, it's now 70. 70 people trying to get the last 10. We've got time to show you the fence panel, because it's going to be probably one of the first things that you do. Please, if you don't buy this now, it will sell out by later today because of those 70 people that still have it in their baskets. I mean, it will sell out in 5 minutes, so it really is a question of who gets it first. By the way, we're on ITV and STV. You know, when we say that there are stock updates, they have to be accurate and honest and true. So it ain't some kind of, rubbishy sales technique. It's literally, I'm trying to give you a warning here that if you want this, we got 5 left now. 5 left. Here's the clip.
Now, you can use pretty much any type of paint in this, as long as it's a smooth paint. So it could be fence paint, decking paint, which you're going to be doing in a moment. It could be oil-based paint, water-based paint, varnishes, lacquers, enamels. It keeps on going.
Right.
Yes, you can use this indoors, you can use this outdoors. So from your walls to your ceilings, to your architrave, to your skirting boards, to your doors, you can use it pretty much anywhere around the home, guys.
And it's so nice to refresh your home. It's like perhaps you've been thinking about moving and you just can't afford to do it. If you actually just decorate,
yeah, just bring it back.
It feels new and fresh again.
Now, we're going to step out the way so Charlie can get painting, because it is really important, obviously, to use your protective equipment like your face mask and your goggles there. But when Charlie gets painting, just watch the ease of use when it comes to this fabulous Paint Blast 4x4. It really is that professional finish.
Honestly, you always get professional finish on. So professionals, DIYers, absolutely anyone can use this. It's perfect. So all you need to do, it's very lightweight. I've loaded this full of fence paint right there. All you need to do, hold it about 20 centimetres from the surface, and just keep it moving, okay? Turn it on at the top there.
And it really is as simple as this. And you can see we're going up and down at the moment, but you can go side to side. You can actually do as well, and we'll show you decking, you can do ceilings. It doesn't matter what angle this is at, you're getting this
That's really clever,
very clever sort of atomized spray that actually then allows you in one pass to get that perfect finish.
Perfect coverage. And again, if you go back to the other ways you've painted fences in the past, this makes it so much easier. We're not talking about hours, we're talking about minutes for a fence panel.
To do fence panels previously, it's probably taken you days. You've probably stretched it over weeks to actually get them finished, whereas you can actually get this done, very easily over over a weekend without any messy brushes, without any awful rollers, without a hassle, allowing you to get as well, I think, which is really important, that professional finish, because these items that we spray paint look like you bought them like this.
It's like a factory finish, isn't it? Like we were saying, that factory finish, that perfect end to your fence panel that you can see there. It's up to you how many coats you want to do, but we're talking about under a minute there for that fence panel that we've seen.
Oh, I was just going to wake you up. Now, could you get back to work, please? God, if I had a son like that, could you... Oh, wait. Any excuse to... I'm very proud of my son, I have to say. I'm shameless. I'm shameless with my plugging my son. Let me rephrase that. Bigging him up. Although I've heard he's big enough without my help. We've got 4 left. Let's count them down. 4 paint blasters. What's the Star Wars line? Oh, Christopher Becker's helped me out. What's the blasters line in Star Wars? No blasters, no blasters, or something like that. That's inside the trash compactor, isn't it? Oh, my brain is not. I've had a long day. I do apologise. I'm not making excuses, but I'm not as sharp as I am normally. I'm so sharp that you could prick your finger on me. And I love this. I have to say, I am the laziest man alive. Well, when it comes to manual labour, I've got to be honest. I'm an actor, darling. If I broke a nail, it would be disaster. And I hate painting, I hate decorating, I hate cleaning, I hate housework. I mean, I'll just about wash a cup and stick it in or rinse it and put it in the dishwasher. If I was doing my own painting, this is the way I would do it. It's the only way I would do it. And also, to be honest, it's what the professionals use these days. They use... In fact, I remember also, speaking of being an actor, that quite often when I would do TV shows or films in the States, the makeup artist would use an airbrush. Because you get a really even coverage of makeup, because they put powder on your face to stop you shining and stuff. And that's what this is. This is pretty much guaranteed even coverage every time. All you have to do is pour your paint into the pot or the hopper. Now, there are certain requirements. You need to dilute the paints or the varnishes or what have you to a very specific degree, and all instructions are included as to how you dilute them, what you dilute them with, and also there is even what they call a viscosity funnel, or basically it's a little thing you test the viscosity of your liquids, so it will be absolutely perfect, the viscosity of whatever it is that you're going to spray with that. And it does all the detail work. You can do trellis work, you can do blinds, you can do decorative doors. Now, somebody mentioned upcycling is a really big thing right now, isn't it? So, you could buy on marketplaces rusty old benches and things like that, and it doesn't matter because you can put metallic paints through this. The only thing you can't do is put masonry paints through that have got any kind of grit or what have you inside them, because obviously it would damage the machine. But if they are completely smooth paints, then you can paint anything. It could be metal paint, it could be wood paint, it could be plastic paint. Speaking of things you might want to, well, you wouldn't want to paint these because they're already superb, this furniture. But the paint blast, we've got, what, 2 left now? 3. $59.99. Who's going to be next? I'm going to wait. Any emails? Oh, not right now. But Martha would like to talk about my new bistro set. We've been in Paris, so we've hopped across to Malaga. And this is lovely. It's a beautiful 2-seat table set. This is a really good price. £279. I'm going to direct you over here you can see the table. It's, again, safety glass top table. You have the seating cushions too. And can I just confirm something that's confusing me? Are those orange cushions included? No, I didn't think those were. Those were just for presentation. So you can use your own scatter cushions. But this is, it's not, again, it is a rattan sort of effect. Same aluminium frame, same strength, same stability, same durability. Now, I don't mind admitting that I'm quite wide-bottomed at the moment. Now, admittedly, most of my weight is in my belly, and that's, you can hopefully see that I'm losing weight at a fairly decent clip. But I have no problem sitting in this seat. I'm not restricted in terms of it being tight for my overweight bottom. So if you are somebody a little on the larger side like me, not a problem. And again, so comfortable. I mean, what have they done to me tonight? On a night where I can barely string a sentence together, they've put me on some of the most comfortable furniture I've ever sat on. And I don't just mean furniture, you know, for the garden. I mean furniture, period, full stop, the end. They are stackable, ladies and gentlemen, like a good burger. So actually, if you did want to put them away in the winter and you had restricted space in your shed or your garage or wherever you want to put them, and I love the fact that you've got this frosted, dark, sort of black frosted glass. Look at this, Lord, look at this. Oh, yeah. Hello. Hi there. How are you? Oh, it's great. For me, it's the comfort. I'm so used to, and it's been so long since I've had the opportunity to sit outside on the balcony. I mean, basically, in Los Angeles, it's a desert, effectively. And for most of the year, they always say 72 and sunny. So I don't know what 72 is in Celsius. It's probably about 20, 21, something like that. So it's temperate all year round. It might rain maybe for a day or two. In the summer, it can get up to over 100 degrees or well over 30 degrees, and it gets really hot. But it's a dry heat, which is nice. So if you sit in the shade, and the shade of a balcony, as I had, and you've lovely furniture like this, you have your coffee outside. Again, we did the same in Florida. I never ever used the kitchen. We had a pool and a pool deck, and we had a barbecue out on the pool deck, and we'd cook all of our food out there and sit by the pool. And it's just when you've got the ability to be outside, it's so nice. And why did I move back here again? But if it's a conservatory, I mean, I do love the conservatory. You don't really get the conservatory sort of lifestyle in the US, but here you do. And this is premium. Royal Craft, I mean, they're the experts. They've been around 35 years. They've been making this incredible furniture. And you'll find them all over. You'll find them in, in garden stores and things like that. And also the big department stores, but you'll probably find that they are more expensive. Look, the prices on these are the margins are so slim. $2.99 is the regular price. We've got, and I know we've only got 20 quid off. We'll get every penny off we can, but it's still 20 quid off. And actually the 20 quid you save essentially covers the P&P, $19.95. So once again, make sure you provide a telephone number, preferably a mobile number, when you check out. And you will be contacted shortly by the courier, and the orders will go through. When are we now? What are we now? Is it Saturday now? It's technically Saturday, isn't it? So the orders will go through first thing Monday, but they might very well pick up the orders over the weekend. But you will be contacted by the courier. They will then call you obviously if they're contacting you, they're calling you, and they will arrange a day and a time to deliver your furniture to you, and just make sure you're home, and they'll put it wherever you want it when it comes to your home. This is great. Also, if you are, I love the Paris, but if you haven't got the room for the Paris for all the big pieces of furniture, this is great. This is ideal if you do have a balcony, and just to sit out and watch the world go by, have a cup of coffee. And do you know what oh my gosh, what I used to love more than anything else, and I miss it terribly, is sitting out on the balcony on a sort of a patio or a balcony set like this, and glass of wine or a nice cool beer, something like that, whatever your beverage, it doesn't have to be an alcoholic beverage, with a friend or two, great conversation, talking into the night, just relaxing and enjoying a good quality of life. I have to say, I don't have a quality of life at all at the moment, and I'm not asking for violins here, but I just don't have it. I don't have any time off, and it's been a year and a half, and I think I did have Christmas off, but I think in the first year that Shop on TV was live, I had 7 days off in a year and 2 months or something. And so the point I'm trying to make is when I do have time off, it's incredibly important that I enjoy the quality of that time off. And I think that's true of everybody. We lead busy lifestyles, a lot of us these days, don't we? Busier than ever. And the world's gone mad. I mean, let's be honest. It's just gone absolutely doolally, isn't it? There's so much going on every day. There's something that's just like, what? You know, and I think the more we enjoy our quality of life now, the more important that is. And it's getting harder and harder. And, you know, it's getting more expensive to live, and everything's getting ridiculous, isn't it? This is definitely something that will help you to relax, to unwind. I mean, I'm really struggling here. I am so comfortable. You know when your body goes, and sleep. And I've still got 28 minutes of the show left, so I hope I don't. Here they are on our website, and there's me on the website too. Whee! Do you know what's been really popular tonight? It's been this. This is our little bug zapper. We don't have one in the studio, but isn't it great? It's a yellow flame. It's not really a flame. I think that's wrong, yellow/flame. Is it not yellow/purple? Or I don't know, or flame, or maybe flame is the effect. It's great though. It's a nice little dinky thing. It's only 19. Is that a pack of 2? Pack of 2? Isn't that a parrot? Oh no, it's a cockatoo, sorry. I mean, that's really great, isn't it? What a price. And they are hangable, £10 off, and you get 2 of them. So they're a tenner each. And of course the idea is that you turn them on, that the colour and the light attracts the bugs, and then it zaps them. And I suppose it, as humanely as possible, puts them out of your misery. We also got some wind chimes. I do love a good one. My son just sat on the Paris sofa. Isn't that comfortable? That is well wicked, or well wicker, whichever way you look at it. I love a wind chime. Do you know what? I was very new worldy when I was in my teenage years. And I loved all that. I had my joss sticks, and I loved my crystals. And just generally, I was always making sure my chakras were okay, and my aura. This is just... we have got the bug zapper. But it's a different one, but yeah. Okay. We don't have this one, apparently. Well, it's just for effect. But this now, ladies and gentlemen, this is sitting outside. It's like sitting outside in London. It's more like Santorini, actually, to be honest. There are some nice coffee shops. I'm a big fan. I love coffee shops. When I went to Rome with my friend, and we went to the Pantheon, and we sat outside at a little cafe right next to the Pantheon, and we drank coffee, because, of course, in Europe, coffee is really nice. I don't know if you know this, but actually there are apparently 3 grades of coffee. And the top grade, the grade A beans, they go to Europe. The grade B beans come to the UK, and the grade C beans go to America. Never had a good cup of coffee in America, I have to say. Except, well, coffee bean and tea leaf is quite good. I mean, if you ever go to, that's only in certain places. If you go to the West Coast and you want a good coffee bean and tea leaf is the place. But I love a nice espresso. By the way, tomorrow night we've got an espresso maker from Polti that I bought. In fact, I bought one for me and one for a friend. And it's very, 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 very good. But this is wood. This is actually real wood. And it's a rope. You've got real rope on the back and also on the chair. It's not rope effect. It's actually rope. They're really, really nice. And I love this sort of antique-y, rustic-y stain to it. It's an acacia hardwood, and it's a natural oil finish. There's the rope. I was going to say these chairs are a bit ropey. And they fold as well. They are both foldable. I can't believe this. They've made my bottom very happy. You've got a little hole in the middle, which you can remove. It's got a little cap, but you can take that out. It's basically for your parasol. If you have an umbrella, it's blooming comfortable. I've got microphone packs, which I have to be careful not to break. Oh, Paul just said, you can stand up if you want. Yeah, I could. Not gonna. Do you want to know how big it is? 70 centimetres square. You could have dinner for 4 on here, or you could have a romantic dinner for 2. I have to say, you know, it's been a long time since I've dated, not through lack of trying, but all the ladies that I've liked have already been taken, which is the story of my life. But the one who got away is coming over to visit me in London. Yeah, at the end of June. Christina, her name is Christina. And she's a phenomenal actress, but actually she's an amazing artist. She's now a really very sort of top-selling artist in LA. So she's popping over with my friend Tim, who's actually moving out of LA and America, and he's going to travel Europe and travel the world for the rest of his years. But yeah, so my beloved Christina is coming over to visit, so who knows? We'll see what happens. But this is, when asked, what do you want to do? You know, she's coming to London first, and then we'll probably go to Rome or, you know, to Greece or somewhere like that and have a few days here and there. But she was like, I just want to do the coffee shop and pub lifestyle. She wants a full dose of that. Full on British coffee, you know, like Bermondsey Street in London. And this is where, you know, this is the sort of thing you sit on. This is the sort of thing you'd sit at. I love the fact the table is folding. It's got chain, it's locked. It's really, it doesn't feel like a folding table. I tell you what, you know what, I mean, it's solid as a rock, but you do know, if you want to keep it outside, you can. Obviously, it's weather resistant, but you also could have it indoors. I mean, this, if you occasionally play a little gin rummy or something like that, or play a little poker, you could use this as your games table if you wanted to. I'm just sitting forward because I'm making my mic packs hiss, or my earpiece hiss. Oh, it just feels great, doesn't it? Oh, I'm really impressed. Hang on, I just saw the price. That's $259. I'd get that. If I had somewhere to put it, I'd get one. I really would. I don't have a balcony, unfortunately, but when I move back to Richmond or to Kew, I'm going to get me one of these. That's really good. $2.90, so 40 quid off. Very good. Again, $19.95. Same delivery as the other furniture. So you leave you provide a phone number, preferably a mobile. You'll be contacted by the delivery company, and they will call you to arrange delivery on a specific date and at a specific time. I mean, 20 quid. You know what? When I had my mattress delivered, I paid 79 quid, I think it was. Now this is what they call LTL, less than truckload. So it's where they have a van basically this is delivered, and it's delivered by 2 people for 20 quid. You know, I sent an air fryer to my father in Mansfield. It was 12 quid for an air fryer. This is furniture delivered by 2 people. I think that's really good. And of course, you can spread the cost, £92, 98 pence times 3 using interest-free payments or with PayPal Pay in 3. I'm so amazed by the quality. Again, this is from Royal Craft, and it's just really, really, really well made. I would use coasters on this. I don't know, because it's stained with a natural oil. You'd get ring marks and things like that, so make sure you use a coaster. But also, if you don't like the colour of it, or why you wouldn't, I don't know, but maybe it doesn't fit with your decor, there is absolutely nothing to stop you using your paint blast, which is, I think, now sold out. Not on the chairs, though, necessarily, unless you can mask off the rope. Probably could mask off, or you could, yeah, or you could stain them if you wanted to. But to be honest, just leave it as it is. It's lovely. It's like me. It's beautiful as it is, I'm told. $259, super duper price. Now, let's get a bit of bully, shall we? You can't beat a bully. In one. Do you remember that show, Bullseye? What's it all about, Alfie? It's powerful. It's cordless. It's 12 volt DC, 150 PSI, 1500 milliamp battery, which is removable. Automatic shut-off, a battery indicator, and a partridge, Alan Partridge, in a pear tree. Aha!
It's the nightmare scenario. You come out to your car first thing in the morning, you've got to take the kids to school and you've got a flat, or at least it's much lower than it should be. Well, this is the answer to your prayers. This is your anytime, anywhere inflation station. It's the Bullseye Pro. So just remember, when your tyre's low, grab your Bullseye Pro. Now, I know my tyre goes up to 33 PSI. So just as you ordinarily would, you unscrew the little cap on your car valve and you put the pressure hose in. Now, listen to this. Can you hear, as you put it on, the air coming out? Don't worry about that. Simply lock it into position. Hold the power button for 2 seconds, and then it will tell you whether you want PSI or bar. Now, I'm going to set this to 33 because I know my tyre should be 33. It just checks the pressure, and it's saying at the moment it's 21, so it's going to take a couple of minutes to actually inflate. Pull the trigger, and then I'm going to put it down, and I'm going to step away from the Bullseye Pro. Now, it's quite safe to do that, but if it's a chilly day, you might want to go inside and finish your cup of coffee before you take the kids to school. But you know, when you see a flat tyre and you think, oh no, what am I going to do? I've got no way of getting to the garage. I don't want to drive on a flat. And of course, the whole thing about driving on low pressure tyres is it's dangerous. It uses more fuel as well. The anytime, anywhere inflation station, the Bullseye Pro, allows you to be a mile away from work. It allows you to be on the motorway if you've got a flat. It allows you to do it anywhere you want. The brilliant thing about it is it does PSI. You can change the setting to bar because some people know what the bar pressure of their tyres is. It also does kilopascals and it does cubic meters. The brilliant thing about this is it does it all the way up. We're up to, what, 28 now. It started at 21, so we're halfway to our maximum pressure that we want. And the nice thing about this is it's then safe to drive. I'm not doing anything to the Bullseye Pro, I'm just leaving it to be able to do it. It's a brilliant way of inflating anything. Now, what will most impress me about this is it will even do giant tyres on trucks. It will do giant tyres on tractors. And when I say tractors, this will go up to 150 PSI. That is a big tyre. Now, obviously, on a standard family car, you're not going to have that kind of problem. But look, we're now up to 31, so it's nearly up to that point. And the brilliant thing is, I've not had to go anywhere near the tyre. I've been inside enjoying my coffee all the time, waiting for it to actually finish. It will automatically switch itself off. We've got 1 more PSI to go. So the nice thing about it is it's easy, it's simple, it's lightweight, you can keep it in your car. It's your anytime, anywhere inflation station, and that's why the Bullseye Pro is so good. It's coming up to the end of it now, and look at this. It is, you can see that tyre is more, and there it is, it stops. More inflated, and all I'm going to do is just pop that off like so, and screw this back on. There we go, and now I'm ready. Come on, kids, it's time to get in the car. We're going to be late. So let me run round and I'll show you. Perfectly safe to drive on because we are at the correct pressure for our tyres. And look, here we go. Right. See you later.
Hello, how are you? My name's Rob Lock with an E. And this is Shop on TV. I hope you've had an enjoyable evening. It's been a chill night, hasn't it? Please do join us. We are live, honestly, down there. We're the only live game in town at this time of day. We're live every night between midnight and 3 a.m. on ITV1 and STV. And check your local listings, you know, your electronic program guide, whatever it is you use, because our start times do vary. Like tonight, we started at 2 minutes to 1. Tomorrow, I don't think we're on until about 1:15, something like that. But some nights we're on right away, just right at midnight or soon after midnight. But we are here 7 days a week, 360 days a year. There are a few occasions when ITV does other things like the Oscars and Christmas, obviously, and so on and so forth. But yeah, please come join us. It's always worth checking in before you hit the hay, because you never know what offers we'll have, and we always aim to be market beating. So like the Bullseye Pro, I think this is it's doing the infomercial rounds at the moment, but we have it as well. And we've got a good price on it, $59.99. In fact, you're probably flicking through the channels and you've seen this a million times already. This is a dramatization They've used time-lapse photography, or actually sped-up photography. Wouldn't it be great, though, if you could inflate a tyre just like that? Zip. But the great thing about it is you can do massive vehicles. You could do lorries, you could do vans, you could do SUVs, caravans, camper vans, motorhomes, and you've got a digital dial. You set the pressure you want, you press start, and it stops automatically when it reaches that pressure. If you don't know the pressure to which you are inflating whatever it is you are inflating, be it a tyre or some other inflatable, like a ball or a lilo or a children's toy, and look at that, it really will do up to 150 psi, which is a big old tractor tyre. And with the charge, it will easily do 4 tyres. You've got the ultra bright LED, so if you do break down and you've got a slow puncture or something like that, then you can just plug it in if it's raining out. Well, it doesn't matter what, or if the condition, if you're in a bit of a dodgy area, you can literally set it, go in your car, lock the doors, and things like that. So there is a safety aspect to this as well. But also, what's the alternative? From what I understand, it's been a while since I've owned a car. I'm about to actually get a new one at some point. But people were telling me that if you belong to one of those motoring clubs, that if you are somebody who is potentially vulnerable, or somebody that doesn't want to be alone at a certain time of night, wherever, if they break down, then you become a priority. But it still could be an hour's wait if your tyre goes. And I didn't know these days you don't even get a spare tyre with cars. Some of them have a run flat, but apparently you have to pay extra if you want a spare tyre. Last time I owned a car, you got a spare tyre. The cars don't even have a space in them for a spare tyre these days. So this is essential. And obviously, if your tyre is completely broken, and burst, there's nothing you can do. But if it is a slow puncture, like you've run over a nail or something, this could be the difference between getting to somewhere safe and getting to maybe even getting home or getting to a garage. But otherwise, you've got to get somebody to come out and rescue you, one of the rescue services, and that could be a long wait, and it actually can be costly as well, particularly if you have to be towed. 6.5 hours was the wait the last time our director Paul had to call somebody out, so it's inconvenient. This is Ben. A few reviews. Ben said, "Worthwhile purchase, very easy to use, and quickly fills up my car tyres. Would highly recommend." And Will says, "Great product. Keep it in my car. Don't need it often, but very handy for when the tyre light comes on and I'm not near the petrol station. Essential gadget for long drives at late at night, etc. It's one of those super useful little things that every motorist should have." Zach says, "Great product. Everyone should put one in their car. For years, I've gone to the petrol station and paid to inflate my tyres. It's very irritating when the in-car pressure gauge shows the tyres are not inflated to the correct pressure. This fantastic little product is very comfortable. Oh no, compact even. Where did I get comfortable from? Lightweight, I'm just making up words now. Easy to use because I'm comfortable. I'm practically comatose now. Rechargeable and accurately inflates your tyres to the correct pressure. Great gadget." Now, speaking of, so last weekend, bank holiday weekend, Euston Station in London was closed completely because they were doing engineering works, which they've now taken to doing on bank holidays, which was useless for me because I was working, because I work Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights. And so Sunday, there was no way for me to get home. All the coaches had sold out. And so I thought, right, I'm going to rent a car. So I did. It cost me 3 times as much, but never mind. The fact is that I got in it and I'd literally gone just down the road. Brand new car. This had 5,000 miles on it from a very reputable rental company. And it said, bing, tyre pressure low. And all 4 tyres were underinflated. And I thought, well, I'm not going to a petrol station and pumping up your tyres. I'm paying, I've literally just got this car. But if I'd had one of these, I wouldn't have minded doing it because you can plug it in and you don't have to get down on your hands and knees. And also the pressure gauge is accurate. And so it's easy peasy, lemon squeezy to inflate your tyres. And again, there's all the safety aspect as well. And not getting wet. If it's pouring down with rain, you're going to get wet. And you'd have to wait in line. But also, it's not just tyres on your car or tractor or motorhome or caravan. It's also your bikes, your motorbikes, your push bikes. It could also be inflatable unicorns. No, I'm not joking, because Mark Rise, when he came to the studio, when we were in our London studio, he had an inflatable unicorn. Yeah, that's how he arrived. Yeah, but he left on his bike.
I really fancied a bike ride, but I haven't actually taken my bike out of the garage for about 3 months. You know what it's like. And so I've got to check the tyres before I take it safely onto the road. And look, it's pretty soft there at the moment. I know that this tyre should be about 30 PSI. So I'm going to grab my Bullseye Pro, the Anytime Anywhere inflation station, and I'm just going to attach it onto the valve like so, and then lock it into position there just by pushing that down. Like so. I'm going to switch it on by pushing the button for 2 seconds. The little LED lights come on, so even if it's a poor light day, you can still see what you're doing. And I'm going to set the PSI to 30 PSI, and it just measures what's in the tyre at the moment. And then I'm going to hit the button and just allow it to start inflating. Now the thing is, I can set it there and I can walk away. So it just does its thing, and I'll just wait while it inflates my tyre. Now think, the alternative would be me doing this. It's really exhausting when you try and plump up a tyre by itself, even if you got one of the ones that do this. Exhausting. Look, it's done. It's now at 30 PSI. I simply pop that off like so, and then switch off my Bullseye, and I'm ready to go. Right, come on, bike.
And we never saw Mark again. No. He's still somewhere on the road, I think. He is coming back soon. But I believe he's just north of Carlisle at the moment. In fact, actually, he'll be on videotape again tomorrow for our tower VL80. Tomorrow we have a vacuum. We have, what else have we got for you tomorrow? Fans. You too can stay cool with our wonderful fans. So the next 10 days are going to be in the 20... Do you know what you could do? You could be really crafty. You could go to the website, shopontv.co.uk. You could click on the live button, and you could go now. Stop, and if you stop there now, you can go to the next show, around the home with... No. Yeah, see, and it'll show you what's there tomorrow. There are your fans. Great value for money. We've also got the Polti Coffea. But look at this, the Tower Cavaletto Mini Tower Fan. It's a very nice 14 inches, and you can have it in the black, you can have it in the grey, or you can have it in the other colour that I didn't quite see. Isn't that great? Increases cool air distribution across your room. Now, do you know what? The one thing that when my dad had a garden, well, he's got a garden now actually, but when I was growing up, the garden in the house that I grew up in, we always had dirty, rotten hose in the garden. And I said, you've got to get rid of the dirty, rotten hose, and you need to get yourself a new one. And he never did. And so I was always using the dirty, rotten hose. And it's just, I wasn't happy about it. I did a lot of manual labour. This is why I hate manual labour so much, because I was forced to do so much of it when I was a kid. It's PTSD, childhood trauma. This is magic. It's from Italy. It's the Hydro Easy 15 meter expanding hose kit, which it's also got 6 functions on the nozzle. Now, apparently Martha, her husband, loves a hose kit. And who doesn't love an adjustable nozzle? Apparently every time she goes home from working up here, he's bought a new hose. He's obsessed with hoses. But yeah, this is really, really good. Basically, it extends. Look at this. We've got a video on our website from it. Oh, hello. Does she come with it? Wow. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. She's a handsome lady. Just the sort of person you'd expect to be hosing down the garden. And that happens in real life, doesn't it? Oh, she looks intrigued. Oh no! Look at the poor lady. She's fed up with her tangled hoses. She needs a better solution. Look, she can't. There's just no way. What's happening here? She wants. Is that it? Well, here we go. She wants to wash down the pool deck. She wants to. Oh, look! Oh, it expands. Self-expanding. How clever. And with the nozzle as well. And she's very quick on her feet, isn't she? Look at that. And look, doesn't tangle, doesn't kink. There's a joke there, I'm not going to make it. Oh, look at this. This is a great little video, isn't it? Oh, you see how it expands? So it takes up less space. It's a space-saving solution. And this is, this is for stunning Italian models. This is what this is designed for. But I think everyone else can use it as well. 15 metres or 30 metres, you've got a choice. So $34.99 for the 15 metre, and down the bottom $59.99 for the 30 metre. So it's basically, well, actually slightly better saving if you buy the larger one. But yeah, the nozzle's it's really good. It's really easy to use. It's just a twist, basically you turn. Hold on, this is a bit of a weird angle. But you see you've got your different settings, and it's just a question of twist, and it sort of clicks every time it's a bit like those adjustable shower heads you get. So you can do a light shower for your plants and things like that, and you can do jet sprays for washing your car down and so on. Can I just say, if you don't have a good security or any security system in your home, we're very pleased to say that the lovely Sav is back from Simply Safe, and this is going to be Sunday night into Monday morning. With me, Simply Safe, and we have an amazing deal. So basically you can build any system you want. They've got some sort of set systems that are easy to just buy as packages, but you can build your own system very easily, and we are exclusively through Shop on TV offering you for 48 hours only 60% off. I mean, that is massive. And these are home installation kits. You get so much support. You get a 60-day money-back guarantee. If you buy a package and then there's something in it you find you don't need, you can return it within 60 days and get your money back, because the package, individual components in the package, are exactly the same price as if you create your own bespoke system. So be ready, because on Sunday night to Monday morning, if you just check how many rooms you've got in your home that you might need a sensor for, or windows you might need a window sensor for, they come with a bell box. You can upgrade to things like an exterior bell box if you want to. So you buy a base system, which is £114 with our discount, and then you just add on, you just pick and choose the things, and we'll show you and take you through absolutely everything. And these are top-notch security systems, and you also get 2 months of free pro-level monitoring as well, which means that your home is completely watched and taken care of if you're away. Summer holes are coming up, and if you're about to depart, make sure that you secure your premises, or your caravan, or it could be a motorhome, that kind of thing as well. So anyway, tomorrow night I'm back with you. We've got Tower and Pulte, as we just showed you earlier. Thank you so much for watching. What a fun show it's been. We always enjoy your company. Thank you for keeping it on ITV1 and STV and Shop on TV. And whatever you're doing today, have a great one, and I'll see you later on. Bye.